What is it about the smell of gas in the morning that just makes somebody wake up and decide, I want to have gas station food for breakfast? I mean, there's so many better options to choose from. So in order to answer that question, I'm going to be going to every gas station in my city to figure out who has the best breakfast. And by the end of this video, one of them is going to get an award for the best gas station food. Starting with, before we head into the first gas station, we need to set some ground rules for this video. Rule number 1, we can only get food and drinks from a gas station. Rule number 2, we must get at least one breakfast food item and one breakfast drink item. And rule number 3, we can't spend more than $10. If we do, we fail. The first gas station is Arco gas station, and I went in with a plan to find the best breakfast and drink item that this gas station had. However, as soon as I walked in the door, I got distracted by this tractor that was made from beer boxes. I don't condone drinking, but this was kind of cool. After that, I walked over to the drink section, which didn't have very many options besides coffee and energy drinks, which I don't think is probably a very good idea to have this as the first drink of the video. But after a little bit of searching, I did come across Nesquik chocolate milk, which I figured would be perfect as the first drink for this challenge. Now that we got the drink though, it was time to find food, and after a little bit of searching around, I realized that there was really only one section that had breakfast items, and it was in this weird heated machine. They didn't have very many good options, but there was one that did stick out, and that was some sort of French toast sausage tornado. I don't know what a tornado is, but it sounded pretty good. So I headed to the checkout, and as I was waiting, I noticed this big horse off to the corner, which was kind of cool considering it is Christmas time, but it kind of freaked me out also. And after a little bit of waiting, we did finally get to pay, and our total came out to $7.18.
All right, as you can see, we got two different items. I saw that they had French toast tornadoes, which I don't really know what a tornado is, but it was $4.49 for two of these things. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this thing is kind of heavy. This thing is kind of heavy. And then of course, we had to go with the classic chalky milk. You know what I'm saying? 250 calories in this bad boy, and it's Nesquik. But like Nesquik is goated chocolate milk, the best chocolate milk ever. But I'm excited for these. French toast tornadoes. I was kind of sad because this place used to have breakfast pizza, and I love breakfast pizza. So hopefully we can find somewhere that has a breakfast pizza. And if you don't know what that is, then maybe you'll find out later in this video. If not, I'm gatekeeping it. Wait, is the outside French toast and the inside the sausage? Oh, that's so smart. Wait, hold on. Hold up. This is pretty good. I would say it is a little dry, probably because it's been sitting in that container probably all morning, or since yesterday, or last week, or last month. But overall, for a breakfast food, this is actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, for me, Nesquik is really not all that good. I'll be completely honest with you. The Nesquik, I'm giving it like a 2 out of 10. I've had way better chocolate milk, and in fact, I've made better chocolate milk myself.
Nesquik is golden chocolate milk.
For the food, the tornadoes though, I give them a solid 7. They really weren't all that bad. They weren't the best, but they also weren't the worst. And again, this is the first item on the menu, so I feel like a 7, not too bad.
Here's how this video is going to work. Each gas station is going to be ranked based off price and taste, with a combined score out of 20. Whoever has the highest score at the end of the video will receive the award for the best gas station breakfast food. Currently, Arco has a score of 13 out of 20, putting them in the lead. The next gas station on this list is Marathon. I went into this not really having a plan, but as soon as I walked in, I immediately noticed that they had a hot chocolate dispenser. And you know that means one thing and one thing only. We are getting hot chocolate at this gas station. So of course I grabbed a cup and filled that bad boy up. But now it's time to find our breakfast food item. And I've become to realize that almost every gas station I've been at so far has this weird heating machine to heat the food, which is nice, but I also have no clue how long any of this food has actually been in here for. And this one literally had two options, tornadoes or this weird puff pastry. And unfortunately, since we already had the weird tornadoes, I couldn't get those. So I grabbed the puff pastry, and I'm not gonna lie, it did not look good to start out with, but we won't know until we try it. So I headed to the register to pay, and this lady was super nice. In fact, she even helped me pay for the food and the drink because the machine wasn't working. And I don't know what it was about her, but she had just such great energy for it being so early in the morning, which is very rare. So shout out to that lady.
All right, I'm not gonna lie, the lady in there was so nice. Also, I know I said I was trying to get orange juice, and then I walked past and saw they had hot chocolate, and I was like, I need that. Look at this thing. Less than $6. That's a steal in the morning. Also, 15 grams of protein in this scrambled egg sausage puff thing. But the hot chocolate, yo, that's like a nice hot chocolate. Oh my gosh, it's hot. But that's a good hot chocolate. I give the hot chocolate like a 7. That's a nice, good hot chocolate. But what about this little puff pastry breakfast sausage, egg, and cheese thing? I saw this and I was like, I have to get it. I think the other place had some of these as well, but I didn't want to get those. Ooh. That's not looking too good. Almost look all sandpapery. The sausage smells good though. It's just kind of like lukewarm, if that makes sense. Like it's not like fresh. Like the other one was fresh. A little scared. No, I'm sorry. That's not it, guys. That is not it, guys. That is not very good at all. The hot chocolate makes up for it. Even though every drink I take, it's like literally burning my entire esophagus. Big brain, esophagus, you know, your throat. I'm a genius on here, if you guys haven't been able to tell yet. Breakfast sandwich, I give that like a 2. That was not good, all right? But price, I think price for both of these items, I would give the price like an 8. Like less than $6 for these two things, and that's a nice big old hot chocolate too.
Marathon's final score was 8 out of 10 for price and 4 out of 10 for taste, giving them a total score of 12 out of 20, which just isn't enough to beat Arco. The next gas station on this list is Circle K. There was one drink that I had on my mind for this gas station, and that was orange juice, one of the greatest breakfast drinks ever made. On my way to the drinks, a guy stopped me because he saw me wearing my camera and asked me if I was a live streamer or vlogger, what I was, and I told him I had a YouTube channel. He then proceeded to ask what my channel was and actually subscribed, which reminds me, you guys should also subscribe because we're trying to hit 5,000 subscribers, and right now, not very many of you are subscribing. This content's amazing, so please subscribe. Now that you've subscribed, I can tell you I found what I came here for, the orange juice, the greatest drink of all time. But now we need to find some food, so it was time to head back across to the other side of the gas station where they had another one of these weird heating machines. Luckily, none of them sounded good, so I didn't choose them. However, they did have a selection of cold sandwiches, so I decided to grab a sausage, egg, and cheese croissant sandwich. That just sounds delicious. And while I was warming it up in the microwave, I found this weird sour trolley gummy worm Mountain Dew collaboration cup. That's a lot to say, but it was kind of cool. I didn't need it, but I did want it. After our sandwich was done warming up, it was time to head to the register to pay for everything. And our total came out to $6.48.
We got orange juice, and then we got our sausage, egg, and cheese breakfast croissant sandwich. Boom, baby. If you're wondering, Caleb, why is your face so red in all these? And your nose is red like Rudolph? Because it's 10 degrees outside with wind that makes it worse. It's cold out here, right? A mushy gushy sandwich, okay? I'm getting cheese all over me. I love the fact that they have a microwave in there so you can actually warm this stuff up. So we're gonna give it a little try in 3, 2, 1. There's like no taste to it. I thought this was gonna be so much more flavorful, but like I can taste the sausage, but like the bread, the cheese, and the egg, it's just like, is not there. Also, this is like very soggy and mushy. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm giving this like a 3 out of 10. I've had way better breakfast sandwiches than that. But we have an orange juice. So get ourselves some nice vitamin C from this Minute Maid orange juice. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about, old son. Okay, that was weird. Anyways, orange juice, I'm giving orange juice like an 8 out of 10. That's a solid, no, okay, I can't give that, that's crazy. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. All right, I'll give it the same as the hot chocolate, because in my opinion, hot chocolate is definitely better than the orange juice, but the orange juice is just like, it's on its own level if you think about it.
Circle K had a final score of 12 out of 20, which is still not enough to beat Arco, meaning they're still in the lead. The next gas station on this list is Speedway. Let's go inside and actually figure out what this place is all about. Of course, you guessed it, we need to find a drink first. So we headed over to the drink selection, and I noticed this entire wall of Monster energy drinks, and it just makes me realize that if you're somebody who drinks Monster energy drink in the morning, you're just built different. I mean, who wants to start their day giving themselves an absolute caffeine rush? And then you're just gonna have a caffeine crash later in the day. Couldn't be me. That's why I decided to grab an apple juice, the healthier alternative to a breakfast drink. But since we have the drink, it's now time to go over to the food selection. And lucky for you guys, I'm not gonna gatekeep because I noticed that they had breakfast pizza. So your boy had to grab one of those. I put the biggest slice that was in there. There was really only 2 slices left, but I got the biggest one. Now it's time to go check out. After the lady scanned everything, our total came out to $5.28, which isn't that bad for a gas station breakfast if you ask me.
We got a breakfast pizza. And I told you if I found one, I would explain what it is if you don't know. Essentially what a breakfast pizza is, all right? It is a pizza using, depending on how you make it, you use biscuits and like sausage and gravy from Biscuits and Gravy as your sauce. Then you put egg, sausage, and cheese on top and you bake it in the oven like a pizza. And it's a breakfast pizza. Also, apple juice. I don't know what this 7 Select is, non-GMO from concentrate. I've never seen this before, but this is the only apple juice that we had. This is 100% juice. filtered water, apple juice concentrate. What is concentrate? Is that just like fruit? But like just the juice of the fruit? I don't know. But this is gonna be, I think it's gonna be good, but we're gonna see. I've never actually had this brand of apple juice before. I forget how good apple juice is. Like I literally haven't had apple juice in so long. Okay, never mind. That one also what is up with these drinks? These have like a weird aftertaste. But I'll give the apple juice, I give it like a solid 6 out of 10. All right, let's 6 out of 10. This pizza though, excited to try this. They have the sausage and gravy as the base. I mean, it should be good, but it's not good. Like this is not good. Like I can taste everything, but it just tastes so stale and old. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. There were some of them that were worse than this, okay? So that's why I'm giving it a 5 out of 10.
Speedway had a final score of 7 out of 10 for price and 5.5 out of 10 for taste, giving them a total score of 12.5 out of 20, which just isn't enough to take over Arco. Next up, we have Myers gas station. As soon as I walked in the door, I immediately headed over to the drink section, but upon passing around this corner, I noticed this weird squishy brown thing, and it caught me off guard because it literally looks like a turd, so that was very weird. But we can't be getting distracted, so it was time to head to the drinks. And as soon as I walked over there, for some reason or another, after rewatching this, I thought the milk was the only section. But if you look on the bottom corner, there's literally lemonade, apple juice, and orange juice all down there. So I don't know why, but I didn't notice those, so I ended up getting a strawberry milk instead. But now that we have our drinks secured, it was time to head over to the food. So I headed over to their donuts, and they only had 3 selections of donuts, so I got the best one, of course, the frosted cinnamon roll donut. And they had some donut holes, so I also grabbed a pack of those because I figured if we're doing donuts, why not try a couple of them since they're so cheap. Now it's time to head to the front and pay for these items. Our total came out to $6.67. 6.7.
We're doing donuts for this one. I actually got 2 because they had these little French toast donut hole things. And then I got a ginormous, it looks kind of like a cinnamon roll. Actually, I think it is like a glazed cinnamon roll. But either way, bro, that thing looks amazing. And then of course, a little strawberry milk. This is a better brand. This is Fairlife, which is like healthier and better milk than the Nesquik probably is. So hopefully this one's a lot better. We're gonna try the donuts first because, unpopular opinion, maybe, I think it's more of a dessert, like a pastry, because like who's having this massive sugary donut for breakfast? But anyways, all this nonsense opinion talk, right? I tell you what, it's nothing special. It gets the job done. If you go to a gas station to get a donut, however you imagine that tasting, that's how this tastes. I'm gonna give it like a 7.5. 7.5. Which is better though, chocolate or strawberry? I want to know that in the comments. Which is your favorite? Me personally, I like chocolate milk better, but I could do with a strawberry milk. If this is a good strawberry milk, then, you know, I'm on board with it. Did I just drink almost half of this? Yes. Wow, that's really good. 50% protein, 50% less sugar. So there's not that much sugar in here. Only 21 grams of sugar. But there's 23 grams of protein in this one thing. That's impressive. For a thing of milk with 22 grams of protein is crazy. Honestly, this chocolate milk, this is like an 8 out of 10. I would drink this again. Keep saying chocolate milk, this strawberry milk. Let's try these French toast donut holes. This is naturally and artificially flavored. I'm gonna give these, like a 4. Like a 4 out of 10. At the end of the day, it's gas station breakfast. It's not really the best, so it's getting a 4.
Myers' final score was 8 out of 10 for price and 7 out of 10 for taste, giving them a total score of 15 out of 20 and putting them in the lead. Our last and final gas station on this list is going to be S&G. As soon as I walked inside, I immediately noticed this entire frozen food section, like literally a frozen food section that you would see at a grocery store, but in a gas station, so that was kind of cool. But we needed to find a drink, and I'm not gonna lie, these guys had a pretty big selection of drinks. They literally had every single drink that we've tried so far in this video, but I figured to play it safe, I needed to get some water because I literally have not had water this entire video or since I woke up this morning, and it was only $1. So that was perfect. Now we needed to find our food item, and of course I headed back over to the heating machine where the food was, and they had several good selections, but there was one that stuck out that I haven't tried yet, and that was a loaded breakfast burrito. And this burrito was $4.99. Holy taxation. And it was the smallest breakfast burrito I've ever seen. So if this breakfast burrito is not worth $4.99, this place is getting a terrible score. I checked out and our total came out to $5.99. Now it's time to actually review this food.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh, this place is gonna be so good. They had some good stuff. You know, they started out with an Ice Mountain spring water for $1. That is so cheap for Ice Mountain spring water. Do I think it's actually Ice Mountain spring water? Probably not, because that low-key kind of looks like sus, like it's like paper. Oh, I guess this says made better, so it is recycled material. Okay, tell me why this little tiny small burrito is $5. I'll tell you right now, this better be the best burrito from all these, just the best breakfast food from all these gas stations in this entire video. $5? Oh my goodness, this place is taxing. Okay, all right, I'm not gonna lie. This might be worth $5. I ain't gonna lie, that's pretty good. That might actually be the best food item we've had all day today. The eggs, now I understand why. Oh, there's potatoes in it too? Wait. Oh, that's so good. Okay, I thought I was gonna dog on them. This is actually worth the $5. I was not expecting that to be that good. Really was not. All right, let's give my rating. That burrito for gas station, 8.5 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10. Spring water, 10 out of 10. $1 for Ice Mountain spring water. Note to you people watching, if you're used to drinking filtered water, try a spring water. Just once in your life. You will never go back to filtered water again. Spring water, elite. And for $1, whoo, price for everything, easily a 9 out of 10. Thank you.
S&G's final score was 9 out of 10 for price and 9 out of 10 for taste, giving them a total score of 18 out of 20, which means they are officially the winners of this video and will be awarded the Best Gas Station Breakfast Award. Woo! Why have you not subscribed? You need to subscribe right now, or else. I want you guys to comment down below which gas station item is your favorite, and make sure to subscribe. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.